Yes, guys. Hello and welcome back to Spurs Related. Hope everyone's doing well and still buzzing after that Tottenham win yesterday. Absolutely brilliant to get the 3 points at the City ground in a tough away fixture. But today we're back with the content. We did say we would be back, and we have got the Premier League predictions for game week 5, which is a midweek clash of 10 fixtures in the Premier League. And myself, Jack, obviously a familiar face, but also his brother Harry Burford is also joining us today, which is great to see. We'll start with Harry as he's the guest. Harry, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, feeling good. I think this week, tough fixtures for all Premier League teams, but I think it's going to be a great battle for every team. And I think Tottenham getting the 3 points against West Ham, I think they're struggling a little bit, but
we will see, won't we? We will see.
Absolutely. I mean, they finally got 3 points, didn't they? Bless them. But anyway, let's not talk too much down on them because we are playing them in less than 48 hours' time, which is obviously, I'm actually excited for the game, but also a little bit nervous. You know, sometimes we've had bad luck against West Ham in the past. So let's see how it goes. But we'll get straight into things. Jack, hope you're doing all right as well. I know you guys are living the life at the moment. So, yes, let's get back to
living the life.
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Dodgy connection, but hey ho. Let's go. Come on.
Hotel Wi-Fi. Absolutely love it. But we're going to quickly go over the results from last. It wasn't even last week. It was the week before. It was game week 2. So we have missed a couple. But let's see what the scores were. So I won the first round, obviously, in game week 1, 6-4. And this is what we predicted for those 10 fixtures last time. As you can see, I'm going to bring up the scores. Jack won 12-8. A great prediction from him.
Who won?
To call a Palace a draw with Liverpool. And also, Jack also called a Nottingham Forest win, as well as a Man United loss. No, Man United lost. Yeah, that's it. And
just so the SpursRelatables know, just to clear things up, if you have watched the previous stream, they call me crazy. They call me deluded. But I'll tell you one thing. Jack Burford said on that stream, he knows ball. Don't bet against Burford, because I tell you what, he knows his stuff. Look what I did. I come out with the 3 points. I come with a win. It's now 1-1. And anyway, I put James back in his place. So we'll see. This week is a big one.
Listen, you got a bit lucky because obviously we both went Southampton Leeds for the 2-2, and it was 2-2. So we both got the correct score there. We both went for the same with Villa Everton and got the correct score. It could have been very different, but fair play, Jack. Congratulations, you do win that week. But it is 1-1, like Jack said. So let's see who goes out on top this week. And of course, Harry is going to be doing his predictions too. So maybe he beats us. Quickly going to show you what Sean Butler of the Spurs Talk Show got. He started off great, 1 point, 1 point, 1.3 points, and then he got nil points throughout. 6 points, Sean. Unlucky, mate. Better luck next time. But thanks, obviously, for coming on. Jokes aside, it was really good to have you on that video. Cool. So let's get straight into this week, and I'll quickly run through my predictions. So Palace v Brentford. I think it's going to be a tough game, a London rivalry, not too fierce, but also Palace on a night game is a different kettle of fish, and I think Palace have got the class. I believe Zaha still may have a knock, but I still think they've got the class to beat in the Brentford 2-1. I'm going for a Brighton 2-1 win at Fulham. I think Fulham are going to come back to earth a little bit now. Obviously, they lost to Arsenal. Maybe their morale's a little bit low. And I think Brighton have the quality to see that one through. Southampton v Chelsea. Southampton obviously lost to Man United at home last week. It was a really, really tight game. But also at the same time, I think Chelsea have more quality than Man United. And I see them being 3-1 winners here. Leeds v Everton. 2-0 Leeds for me. I think Everton are absolutely woeful. They haven't really done much yet. And I just think they're going to struggle again this season. And Leeds are looking really good under Jesse Marsch. I never thought I'd say that. But although I've predicted them to get relegated, I'm soon eating my own words. I think Leeds are going to be all right this season already. I'm already regretting that decision. So I think Leeds will come out winning on that one. Bournemouth v Wolves. Bournemouth, honestly, I predicted them to come last. It looks like it's already going to happen. I mean, Bournemouth are absolutely woeful. 9-0 loss against Liverpool. Liverpool, it was the worst time to play them after they hadn't really got off the ground in the first 3 games. 9-0 loss. And Bournemouth, their heads are going to be down. I think they're going to lose 2-1 against Wolves at home.
James, I've got a very serious question for you quickly. Are you a fan of the Scott Parker £1,000 cardigans, though? Are you a fan of the style?
I prefer not to speak on this one. Arsenal v Aston Villa. I'm going to go for a 3-0 Arsenal win. As much as that hurts me to say, I just think that Aston Villa, they're not quite up to it. They've had better seasons, and I feel like Steven Gerrard he's not really progressing with Aston Villa at the moment. I don't know if that's harsh to say. I mean, they did win against, I think it was Wolves the other week, but also then I think they lost to West Ham at home. So, yeah, I think 3-0 Arsenal, and Arsenal are playing really well. I'm not going to start blowing smoke up them any more than that. Man City v Forest. I'm going for an easy 4-0 Man City win. Forest, we saw, fought well against us, but couldn't score. They don't seem to have that goal threat, even though they've signed about 792 players. And Man City, I think Haaland, he's just on fire. I could see him getting another hat-trick, to be honest with you. West Ham v Spurs. Oh, it's the big one, of course, an absolute rivalry. West Ham's cup final. They'll be absolutely chomping at the bit on a night game. But I think Spurs are going to come out 2-1 winners. I really do. And we'll get into the preview into the next video, which is coming very shortly after this one. So stay tuned for the West Ham preview with myself, Jack, and of course, Harry as well. Liverpool v Newcastle. For me, Liverpool have really made a statement with that 9-0 win. Yes, it was against Bournemouth, who I don't know how they're in the Premier League, to be honest with you. But Liverpool, 3-1 winners for me. I think Newcastle, I think St. Maximin may have picked up a knock at the end of that game where he scored that absolute belter against Wolves. But I'm going for 3-1 Liverpool. I think Salah, he's on a bit of a goal drought, even though they scored 9 goals. And that really annoyed me for my fantasy Premier League. But at the end of the day, I think he could come out firing in this game, maybe 2 goals. Leicester v Man United, the final game. I think it's going to be tight. Leicester, of course, haven't started the season very well, but also Man United haven't either. Of course, they're on the back of 2 wins, but for me, I think Leicester's a harder place to go to than people think. Southampton got a win, but I'm not sure Man United will. They've not had much luck there in the past, so I'm going for a 2-2. Over to you boys. I know that was quite quick, but I'm sure you guys can build on some of the points I made.
He sped through it. He showed us. You know what? I like it though, James. You straight to the point. You know your stuff. You're putting your predictions on the table. Let's see what happens. Anyway, let's come to mine. Here we go. So, Palace v Brentford. I have gone for a 2-1 Palace win. I think Vieira's men are on fire right now. He's got them playing fantastic football. Eze's looking like a real player. You've got Elise to add into the mix, and you've got Anderson and Guehi at the back. So I think it's going to be a real good partnership this season. I still think Brentford are a good side, but I think Palace at home will just have too much this game. Fulham v Brighton. I've gone for 2-1 Brighton. They're on absolute fire right now. Same points as Tottenham. I think they've got 10 points in the Champions League places. Can they keep it up? I think they can for this game against Fulham, who are also playing quite well. A few decent results, getting that draw against Liverpool on the opening day, and also winning 3-2 against Brentford. Mitrovic also on fire. Will I bring him into my fantasy? We will see. So I've gone for a 2-1 Brighton anyway this game. Southampton v Chelsea. I think Chelsea are going to start to pick up the pace, and I think home Sterling is looking a lot stronger. Will he get another goal to add to his 2 that he got at the weekend? 3-1 Chelsea. Leeds v Everton. I've gone for 2-1 to Leeds. Leeds, Jesse March has got them playing some great football, great pressing from the front. Everyone knows their role. Eriksen's looking like quite a good signing. They've got a few signings to add into the mix. Rodrigo's also rediscovering his form, which got Leeds to buy him in the first place. Everton aren't looking strong. Are they going to be relegation candidates again? We will see. Bournemouth v Wolves. I'm going for a surprise at Bournemouth draw here, just because I think at home they really need to bounce back. Scott Parker's got to drill it into them that this is the Premier League. They need to show a heart. And I don't think Wolves give as much goal threat. So I do think I'm going to go for a draw. Arsenal v Villa, right. Very controversial here, as I think Arsenal are playing some fantastic football. I don't want to say too much, James, as they may get ahead of themselves if they do. But look, they're looking like a great footballing side. They're playing fantastic football, and they're unbeaten so far. Well, win after win. So I've gone for a 2 just because I believe Steven Gerrard really needs a result. Aston Villa has spent a lot of money in the transfer market, and it's not looking good for them currently. His win percentage is terrible, really. I think it's less than Gary Neville's at Valencia. We know how that ended up. So I've gone with a 2 draw just because I really think that Gerrard's going to pull one out the back. Man City v Forest. Forest played really well against Tottenham on Sunday, and they looked like a threat, but they just didn't have that goal scorer. And I think it's going to be a similar story here with the likes of Grealish. Let's be honest, that team is fantastic, and I just think they're going to have too much, especially at the Etihad. So 3-1 Man City. Moving on to the biggest game for us anyway this week. West Ham v West Ham's cup final, but 2-1 Spurs. I think Richarlison's going to get a goal, and I also think it's hard, but I've gone for a 2-1 Spurs. Liverpool v Newcastle now. I'm going to go with I've clearly gone for a 3-1 Liverpool here. I just think after that 9-0 win, they've got to capitalise on that, keep pushing at Anfield. It's going to be absolutely rocking. Newcastle are playing very well at the minute, but I think Liverpool at home are just going to have too much for them. And then moving on to the final one of the weekend. It's actually a midweek fixture, guys. So moving to the final one on a Thursday night, Leicester v Man United. I think Man United played fantastic against Liverpool, and then maybe it's a sign of things to come, or was it a blip? Anyway, I'm thinking Erik Ten Hag's going to get them playing football, and they're going to win this 3-0 with Jadon Sancho to get on the score sheet again. I think Leicester are in disarray, and I'm looking at Brendan Rodgers potentially being the first manager to be sacked of the season. There you are, guys. That's my prediction.
There you go. We did catch most of that. Jack did lag slightly in between, but we do apologise for any technical errors there. But it was pretty fine on the whole. You guys are just frozen again, but it's all good. Just to confirm, Jack, you've gone for 0 clean sheets other than Man United.
I've gone for yes, I have clearly. You know what, James? It's the first thing that comes to my head, and you know what? I got 12 points last week, so we're going to go with it.
There you go. Well, there was about 4 minutes of review from myself and Jack. Let's see the debutant Harry Burford, no pressure, for his predictions. Let's hear it, Harry. I'll bring them on screen. There you go, mate.
Come on, mate.
I think Brentford are going to win 2-1. They're looking good, scoring goals. I think Ivan Toney, great striker. I have to put him in the fantasy football. So I think they're going to win 2-1. I think Palace are a good side, young side, but I think they will have the edge over.
Do you like Vieira?
Yeah, I think he's a good manager. He's working well with the youth, so I think they're going to do well throughout the season. But Brentford are a tough side, so I think they're going to edge it 2-1. I think Brighton, next game, Brighton against Fulham. I think Brighton are going to 2-0 win for me. Fulham, they're starting to pick up some performances, but I think Brighton at the minute are a bit too strong, so I think they're going to win 2-0. And a minute, Chelsea, I think they're going to win 2-0 against Southampton. Southampton, they're on and off. I think they've got a good side, but Chelsea, I think with their wing backs with Reece James, a very strong fullback, so I think they're going to win 2-0. But I think the standout player could be Sterling for them. I think if he's on his day, I think he can score a few goals. Everton versus Leeds, or Leeds versus Everton. I think Leeds are picking up very good results. I think Everton are very poor. I think they could be in the race.
Oh, did we just lose them? Did we just lose Harry and Jack, guys? I'm not too sure. I think we have for now, but we are going to carry on this video because we are 15 minutes in. But I wanted to add 1 point about quickly the Leeds v Everton game. Of course, I did predict Leeds to get relegated. However, I'm not too sure they're going to now. I think Leeds are playing some really good football, and they absolutely dispatched Chelsea 3-0 at home. And it was an absolute great performance from them. Almost the perfect performance. Jesse Marsch was absolutely loving it. So passionate. And obviously, the other one I wanted to pick on very quickly in my predictions was obviously the Tottenham game. Now, the predictions preview is obviously now, but the preview for that West Ham game is going to be in around about tomorrow, actually. So do stay tuned for that. We're going to review all the players. We're going to review all the head-to-head action on that one. So stay tuned for that one. The guys have just come back in, so I'm going to add them now. I did a little monologue, Jack and Harry, while you guys had gone. You're back now. Harry, over to you.
We're back. Well, it's Bournemouth. I'm going to go Bournemouth versus Wolves. I think Bournemouth, I don't know why they're in the Premier League. They're struggling. They've got no attacking power, really. But I think Wolves are struggling as well, but I think they got a bit more, so I think they're going to win 2-1. It's going to be a very tight game, but I think 2-1. Arsenal versus
Who's going to score for Bournemouth?
Shalanky, I think.
Solanke, is he?
Shalanky. Is he even playing for them? Probably.
No, but I don't know. He might be fit. He might be.
Solanke, yeah.
Can anyone name any Bournemouth? I'm joking.
I think if he's fit, it's good.
James has put you in the deep end there. Probably the least known Premier League team.
Sorry, Alex.
On your debut.
On the debut,
He's stuck you in the deep end.
I think
Catch him out. Who plays the Maccabi Haifa when we played in the Europa League? Anyway, carry on, mate. Keep going. I like these predictions. I like these predictions, to be fair.
I think Arsenal, they're looking strong. I hate to say it, but I think their attacking power is unbelievable at the minute. They're looking defensively sound, so I think they're going to win 3-1 against Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa are a very good side, but I think Arsenal are too good, so 3-1 then. Man City, Forest, I think Man City are looking at a class at the minute. They look like the champions already.
They always do, don't
They
they?
always do. They just got class throughout the squad.
Fancy Haaland.
Haaland, yeah, I've got him in the fantasy through the start. I'm backing him to score a hat-trick.
How many goals is he scoring?
Hat-trick.
This season?
Over 20 goals, I think. But I think he's mainly there to win for them for the Champions League. I think they have to win it this season, or Pep's going to be frustrated again.
Ooh.
So I think that if they don't win it this year, it could be right for Pep, I think. But I think definitely they're going to win the Champions League. I think Brighton are looking good, but they do need a striker because Jesse Lingard's a very good player, but not a striker for them. Big game, Spurs versus West Ham. I think Spurs are going to win 2-1. Show them the boys. I think it's going to be a tough game, but I think it's all about the midfield battle. I think if our midfield's strong enough, and I think the wing backs getting forwards, I think we're going to cause them massive trouble. I think if Son back to his best, I think him running in behind, because they've got quite an old defence, so I think why not? He can score. I think he's going to score both our goals. So I said it here first. And Liverpool, Newcastle have been playing well, but Liverpool beat on the weekend against Bournemouth. Like Bournemouth, I don't know why they're in the Premier League.
Like Bournemouth. No. You and James are like...
Liverpool bounced back 3-1 to them, but I think Newcastle still a strong side, but Liverpool, I think they're going to be bounced back. And Leicester 1-0. I think Leicester, I think they'll be all right, but I don't think Man United are any better. They did win on the weekend only. Was it 1-0? 1-0?
Leicester, they lost 2-1 to Chelsea, and Chelsea got a red card.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be 1-0. Yeah. So I think it's 1-0 at the end of the day, and I think, that's it. That's all my predictions.
Decent. We'll have to see how you get on, mate. Little debut for you, so time will tell. Will he know as much as his brother?
Can Harry outdo myself or Jack or both? Let's see. Let's see how the results go in midweek. Another installment of Premier League predictions with Spurs Related. We hope you guys have enjoyed this one. And of course, as always, please do let us know what you think are going to be the scores for all 10 games in the comments, and we'll keep track of that one as well. You have been watching Spurs Related. Apologies for a slight technical issue with Jack and Mary. They are on hotel Wi-Fi, so that is commitment. But we still hope you've enjoyed it. Please do smash a like, subscribe if you are new, and we'll be back for that West Ham preview very shortly. All the best. Have a great day. Come on, you Spurs.